everyone, and welcome to the Base Mini App Factory premiere. So I'm very excited today to show you what we have built. As Ashton mentioned before, currently what we're launching today is the beta version, which means you can expect technical difficulties. I hope you all will try it out and give us any feedback in case you do have any issues. Furthermore, in the true spirit of the mini apps, the Base Mini App Factory itself is also a mini app, which is why today I will be showcasing the demo from within my Base app. So the first step for us to do here is to enter the Mini App Factory, which means we can just search in the Base app, Mini App Factory, and then we'll see it as the only app currently. So here the first step is to enter the factory, and then you can have multiple projects. So let's create a new one, which in this case I will be creating a blockchain quiz. Then once you've picked your project name, it will automatically assign a domain for you, which in this case is your domain name, your project name with the miniappfactory.marketplace.openxai.network. And what we can do here is we can instruct the AI what our app should look like. So in this case, create a mini app quiz that asks 5 questions to determine the blockchain that aligns best with the user interests and allows them to share the result to their feed. And then we'll just send it to the AI to handle the rest. What you're going to see here now is the live output of what the AI is thinking. And we'll see our instruction here with the time and the current phase, which means programming. For the LLM, there's multiple phases. So I believe most of you are aware of agentic workloads. But if not, the first step will basically be for the first AI agent to decide what should be built. Then you have a second agent which determines which files should be edited. A third agent which gives access to the current files to determine how they should be edited. Then you have a fourth agent which actually writes what the new content of these files should be. And then finally you have the testing phase, which means that the agent will check if the current app is correct or if there's any bugs. And in case there are bugs, then it goes back to the workflow where it asks the other agents to make iterations until these issues are fixed. And finally, what it will do is it will create a commit to GitHub. All of these code is stored on GitHub, which means that you have no platform lock-in whatsoever to us. You can take this GitHub project and host it anywhere you would like. And you can also take the code from here and reiterate it with another AI builder or with any programmers you know or yourself. So what we can see here is all of the files that are edited. And finally, that it created a commit with a description of whatever was your instructions, or at least what it understood from your instructions. A full disclaimer here is that we are working with LLM-generated code. So whatever it just created, I won't know until you guys will also see it. Currently, we're waiting for the tests to run. And after these tests are completed successfully, it will commit this push to GitHub, which in this case, you will see that it did find an error. So at the bottom, it will now attempt to fix these errors. After which, we'll see that the code will be committed to GitHub. The main differentiator from our let's say LLM builder for apps compared to other platforms is that we allow you to actually own this app. So both all authentication is done with your wallet, as well as we allow it to link to your Farcaster and Base built accounts, which means you can utilize their monetization or rewards programs to actually gain revenue from your app and see the statistics linked to your account. So it will take 5 minutes if it doesn't find any errors. In this case, it depends how long it's going to fix it. In the meanwhile, I can't show you any of the other apps I created. So for example, I created a quiz with the L2s. And there you can see here the same concept, but for Ethereum layer 2s, which in this case didn't have an error. We can check if there's any progress on our blockchain quiz. For now, the first step will be that it creates the GitHub repository, which we can see, but it only creates the code iteration once it's finished. I can show you what that looks like on this other app. So we'll go back to the mini app factory.
So imagine you, instead of writing the code, the agent is writing the code on behalf of you. I'm going to push the code directly into your GitHub account, which other chatbot app building platforms won't allow you to do that because they control kind of the SaaS platform. In our case, the entire code and the app and the infrastructure, everything owned by the end user. So you have a 100% ownership. And these apps also can be like NFTs, which you can build and you can trade, you can share ownership, which we think is really cool.
So now we see that it, based on the errors, made some edits to the code. So it will output here all of the code it is written, which in this case you can see the blockchains it decided to compare is Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, and Cardano. And based on these, it has created questions from its understanding what differentiates these blockchains. If I show you what the GitHub changes look like is, for example, in this layer 2 quiz. In this layer 2 quiz, I can check this on GitHub, which is the app I created just before this event started. You can see here it will create this message of the summary of your request with all of the code changes that it applied. And you can see it the commit is made by the mini app factory with combination with this LLM chatbot. So let's check if our errors are now fixed. It seems like the internet is a bit struggling.
One cool thing about Base ecosystem, especially Base mini apps, since Base has native payments and also a wallet, also the mini apps, all in one place. What we are seeing is kind of like a really, really tightly integrated system or ecosystem. If you guys are familiar with the WeChat is not just a chatting platform. You can book someone to come to your house, look after your pets. You can pay your hospital bills. It's like a super app. So we see is kind of the same kind of evolution in the base ecosystem, especially the base app itself. So these kind of tools allow you to build things like whatever imagination you have, just type in and test it. So it's like a rapid deployment of apps. And the other cool thing is, since you have access to all the user base in Base, I think your Base has probably a couple of million users, and you can broadcast that using Farcaster. So Farcaster kind of on-chain version of like a Twitter. So OpenxAI. So once you have this built, you can broadcast that directly into Farcaster. So it's not just the building the tech, but also the fun way to share to the world. Hey, I built the app. Just take a look at my app. So whoever's looking at the stream, they basically can click on it and then it comes to the app itself. So it's like a discoverability, utility, all built into the same platform, which is really cool.
In this case, I will show the layer 2 app I made. So View Mini App will open the same app into your base app, so you won't have to leave the app. And here it's going to ask you a few questions about what is important to you. So let's, for example, take the first option, everywhere. And then we'll check which L2 matches me the best, which in this case is determined is Arbitrum, and gives a summary about what Arbitrum is about, with a share button to directly broadcast this into my network on Base, or in this case, what they're using is a decentralized Farcaster network. Then I will show you the cool part, which is where you can actually link this app to your Farcaster account and your Base build program. So currently, the Base app itself, the super app with the social integration, is in beta, which means not everyone has access to this yet, and also some of the functionality is still being worked on. So one of the things we will have to do here is to link this to our Farcaster account. We cannot do directly from the Base app, but we can do it from the Farcaster app. So this blockchain quiz app I just made, I can go into copy the domain, go for Farcaster, and in this case, in the Farcaster app, I can generate a signature to claim this app. So if I go to domains, I can copy my domain into here and generate the domain manifest, which I can copy into this field, and it will link my account. It's required to have this linking to proceed with the base build link. So for the base build link, you can go into base.dev, and here you can own your apps. In this case, I will add a new mini app, and it requires me to add this address as an allowed link. So I will type it here and link. Now we can check if everything went correctly. So in the Farcaster app, we can verify that indeed we have claimed this. Oh, what is this? We have claimed this app. So we copy our domain, paste it in here, and then we check the domain status, which in this case is successfully verified. And similar to the Base app, we can enter our domain in here and import, and the app added successfully. So now you can use all of the awesome Base functionality, such as gasless payments, getting featured on the Base app, which so far none of the other platforms support, as well as all of this being linked to your account. So with your crypto wallet, you're the only one that is able to make changes to this app. And similarly, we are using the OpenxAI network for deployments, as well as, for example, can be extended in the future for monetization. So you can sell your app, you can monetize your app using OpenxAI technologies.
Cool.
Thank you very much.